now have information about the newest season of Pokemon GO, so let's dive into it. The new season is called Adventures Abound. It's a pretty cool looking logo, and we already have 2 brand new events. The first one being a Paldean adventure, starting from Tuesday, September 5th, 2023 at 10 a.m. your local time, all the way until Sunday, September 10th at 10 a.m. your local time. And we're gonna have some brand new Paldean Pokemon added to the game. Starting off with the starters, we have Sprigatito, Florigato, and Meowscarada. Obviously, Sprigatito is a grass type, and then its middle form is also a grass type, but Meowscarada is a grass and dark type. Could be very interesting for PvP. I don't really see this being good for raids. And then we've got the fire type, Fuecoco, my personal favorite, and its evolution, Crocolar, and then Skeledirge, which is a fire and ghost type, which is a very interesting typing. And then we have the water type starter, Quaxly, that evolves into Quaxwell, that's also a water type, and then its final evolution, Quaquaval, I think it's what its name is. It's kind of hard to pronounce that one, but it is a water and fighting type. Again, probably not going to be amazing for raids, but possibly good for PvP. And then last but certainly not least, we're getting the boy Lechonk here, and as you can see, it can be shiny, which is amazing. Shiny Lechonk turns into a pink pig. I will definitely be going for this shiny. I will actually try to get a shiny Dex entry of this Pokemon. And then it has its evolutions here of Oinkologne, and this is a split evolution depending on male and female. The male is the one in the middle, the female is the one on the right. And when it comes down to evolving these Pokemon, it's quite simple. The middle forms of the starters will cost 25 candy, and then the final forms will cost 100 candy. And when it comes to Lechonk, all you gotta do is spend 50 candy, and then you'll get either the male or the female, depending on what it is. And part of the Ultra Unlock bonus is that we will have the unknown letters A, D, E, L, and P spelling out Paldea, and they all can be shiny, but I will warn you on this, they will be full odds more than likely. Which means that is a 1 in 450 to 1 in 500 odd chance of you getting the shiny from the raid. Personally, I don't think that's really worth it, but I could be wrong. They could be perma boosted maybe, but going from the past, they're probably gonna be full odds. So do them at your own risk. If you just want the letters to have the letters, go for it, but don't expect a shiny. It also looks like we're getting a timed research because of the Ultra Unlock, and it looks like it's just gonna be giving us a ton of encounters with Lechonk. I absolutely love that. There's more chances of a shiny, though I do believe this will also be a full odds. And another part of this Ultra Unlock is it looks like we're gonna be getting randomly spawning golden stops, but they won't be giving you Gimme Ghoul. But there's still a chance at getting yourself some golden coins from them, and every single golden stop just gives a ton of items, so definitely spend them. And you're also gonna get 4 times XP for catching Pokemon and 4 times Stardust for catching, so definitely catch as much as you can. There's gonna be a showcase featuring Lechonk, and apparently you wanna get your chunkiest Lechonk in there, so it'll probably be the biggest one. And then there's this event bonus here where all 4 of these Pokemon, Hoppip, Houndour, Buizel, and Fletchling, will have a shiny boost on them. So instead of being full odds shinies, they're probably gonna be more than likely a 1 in 64 odd rate, which is a perma boost. So if you need these shinies, go for it. Obviously 2 of these are Community Day Pokemon, but the Houndour and Buizel I don't think have ever been boosted outside of specific in-person events. We're also gonna be getting ourselves a special research, and I think there's gonna be a split path on this one where you have to choose one of your starters. I'm definitely choosing Fuecoco. And in case you were curious if you had to pay for this one, no, this is free. And our wild encounters will be Hoppip, Houndour, Buizel, Fletchling, Sprigatito, Fuecoco, Quaxly, and Lechonk. Pretty cool that half of these Pokemon have a shiny boost on them, and we have a brand new shiny in the mix. And of course, the starters weren't gonna be shiny right off the rip. We're gonna have calm days for those. 1-star raids will feature the unknowns, 3-star raids will have Machamp, Camerupt, Metagross, and Turtonator, and then our legendary raids from September 1st to the 8th are going to be Kartana and Celesteela, and it looks like they're gonna be divided amongst the northern and southern hemisphere, so we're gonna have Kartana in the northern and Celesteela in the southern hemisphere, but it looks like that changes from September 8th to the 16th. They're gonna switch over, so Kartana will be in the southern hemisphere, and then Celesteela will be in the northern hemisphere. Pretty cool that they're doing that, but sadly, they won't be shiny. And then lastly, our Mega Raids are going to be Mega Manectric. That's a pretty decent electric type, but it's not amazing. And it looks like the brand new Paldean Pokemon will be coming out of 7-kilometer eggs as well. If you care about hundos, that's a decent chance for it, but in the end of the day, I don't really think there's gonna be any boost to the shiny. They're not saying anything about that. But if you enjoy hatching eggs, it is worth doing. There will also be field research task encounters for the Gen 9 Pokemon, so that's another good way for you to get that hundo if you're hunting for it. And again, Lechonk is probably gonna be full odds, but it is still worth doing them. You could get a really good shiny Lechonk. There's gonna be a collection challenge that will give you even more additional encounters with Lechonk. And lastly, there's gonna be brand new avatar items for the new upcoming DLC, the Teal Masks. Looks like there's just gonna be a set, a backpack, and some sandals, so I guess that this is the set right here, so you get yourself like a whole little Katakami thingy. And then they're not really showing the backpack, but you can see the sandals down there. But that's all for the first event. Now let's move on to the second event, where we have the Ultra Unlock Paldea. We're going to continue our adventure, and this one has even more really cool Paldean Pokemon in it. The event will start on Sunday, September 10th at 10 a.m. your local time, all the way until Friday, September 15th at 8 p.m. your local time. And we will have brand new Paldean debuts of Nimble and Lokix. Nimble is a bug type, Lokix is, I believe, a bug and dark type. We have Pawmi, Pawmo, and Pawmot. These are all electric types, except for Pawmot, I believe, is electric and fighting. Bombardier, which is really cool, and it looks like we're going to be getting it shiny right off the rip. But lastly, we're getting a really cool one here. Frigibax, Artibax, and Baxcalibur. This is the pseudo-legendary of the Gen 9 region, and it is a dragon and ice type. This could be amazing for Pokemon Go. We still don't know the stats yet, but Baxcalibur is a very good physical attacker in the main series games, so maybe, just maybe, this could be a really good ice type for us. I don't know if it would beat Shadow Mamoswine, but there is a chance that this could be very good for us. And then in order to evolve these things, it looks like Nimble will take 50 candies to turn into Lokix, Pawmi into Pawmo will be 25 candy, and then in order to evolve Pawmo into Pawmot, you have to walk 25 kilometers and have 100 candies for it. Makes sense because in the main series game you had to walk a lot with it. And then Frigibax into Artibax, it will take 25 candy, and then Artibax into Baxcalibur, 100 candies. Then after the event, it looks like Frigibax will be available in 10-kilometer eggs, which is really nice. The unknowns will stay in 1-star raids, the same ones of A, D, E, L, and P. The event bonuses will be the same, and there will be a paid time research I've Got Your Back, which gives you a Pawmi backpack. It'll cost you $5 or equivalent pricing in your local currency, and you will get the following stuff. 2 encounters with Pawmi backpack as you saw up there, 3 rare candies, 1 incubator, 10 silver pineapple berries, 921 stardust, and 9,210 XP. Personally, I'd say it's up to you on that one. If you think the backpack looks cool, then awesome. The Pawmis won't be able to be shiny, but maybe you could get a hundo. So if you feel it's worth $5, then go for it. But do be aware that this is a timed research, so once you get it, you have to finish it within the time window or it will go away. The showcases will change, so instead of it being Lechonk, it will be either Pawmi or Nimble. We will still have a shiny boost on all these Pokemon, and the wild encounters only change a little bit because they add Nimble and Pawmi to the mix, and then also Frigibax will be a very rare encounter, which makes sense because it is the pseudo-legendary. 1-star raids will remain the same, but 3-star raids do change. We get Turtonator, which is the same as the first time around. We also get Cleavor, which is pretty cool, and then we get Bombardier, and that's how we're gonna get the shiny. So as of right now, it does look like a raid-locked shiny, which makes sense. They do this often. The 5-star raids will stay the same as I mentioned, as well as the Mega Raid. 7-kilometer eggs will remain the same as well, and field research encounters might only be Pawmi, so interesting. It is the Pikachu clone of Gen 9, so it makes sense that they would do that. And yet again, they're showing off the avatar items, and that is everything for that event. But that's not all. It looks like Shadow Zapdos will be our brand new Shadow Legendary for the whole season, and yes, it will be able to be shiny, and this one's actually a really good electric type, so I'd say go for it. And just like Articuno, this will only be showing up on the weekends. And last but not least, it looks like we're getting a brand new Master Ball for this season, which is awesome. You have all the way until November 21st of 2023 to complete this timed research. Shouldn't take too long, but I do imagine that it's gonna take a little bit longer because it is a Master Ball. But it doesn't say anything about that you can only have one at a time, so if you haven't already used your Master Ball, looks like you're gonna have 2 of them now. Smash that subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video, and let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel about these events? And if you're really enjoying the content and you want to see even more of it, I highly suggest this video over here. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.